The recent nerfs to Zabu, Alioth, and Sandman have really shaken things up, but the dust is now starting to settle. And it's looking like Silky Smooth, Toxic Surfer, and Hella Tribunal are at the top of the best performing decks, at least according to Untapped's recent metrics, which definitely reflected my personal experience in ladder while playing this homebrew of mine that I've been fine-tuning to go toe-to-toe with said decks. While it first started off as a Hitmonkey deck with Wasp and Mysterio, I found that Havok was able to do Hitmonkey's job, but with less resources that rewarded proactive play and allowed for turn 6 counterplays as well. So let's break the deck down to its core essentials before going into the matches. What are we relying on to win our games? The big three for this deck are Angela, Havok, and Bishop in that order. Angela and Bishop both gain power as you play cards. While Angela is cheaper to play and builds power faster than Bishop, she's restricted to gaining it only if we play cards on her lane, unlike Bishop, who doesn't care where you play them. To help us gain as much power with Angela as possible, we run Nightcrawler and Jeff. The idea is to play them onto Angela's lane and then move them to make space for additional cards, which equals additional power for Angela. Bishop is much less complex than Angela. You play him, you play cards, that's it, that's the card. Now let's talk about Havok for a bit. The best way I like to play him is doing so on turn 5, where he'll end up being at least 8 power. If an opportunity comes up where there's an influx of energy coming in from a location, then that's when I consider playing him on turn 4, but the idea is to still have at least 5 energy on turn 6 to be able to play at least 2 cards. How are we helping the big 3 win games? We use a combination of buffers in the form of Bast and Elsa Bloodstone, a replayable 1-cost card in the form of Kitty Pryde, a protective shield in the form of Luke Cage, and Shang-Chi to delete their lane. Bast is absolutely insane in this deck, adding an additional 2 to 3 power to the big 3, as well as granting additional power to Kitty Pryde and Nightcrawler, which definitely add up. This of course comes at no risk to the rest of the deck. Since Angela's lane is going to be filled up, we use Elsa Bloodstone to take advantage of that and provide additional power to our other cards in the process. Just like Bast, that extra bit of power really adds up when applied multiple times during a game. Kitty Pryde is essential to making this deck flow, as she not only helps Angela and Bishop gain power each time we play her, but she's also able to let us abuse Elsa's ability each turn as the lane gets unfilled when she returns to her hand. Since this deck heavily relies on gaining power, Luke Cage is here to protect our investments. He's just a great card and can even win games for us if flipped on turn 6 against popular decks like Toxic Surfer. The last essential card is none other than Shang-Chi. Love him or hate him, he's important in a deck like this that doesn't go too high in power but has enough early game push to make running him a solid choice. One of my go-to plays is playing Havok on turn 5 and then a powered up Kitty Pryde and Shang-Chi on turn 6, since 5 energy is all that is required. The last slots of the deck are flexible, and this is where I like to swap cards around to fit the meta. I'm presently running Shadow King to counter a variety of decks, including Silky Smooth and Destroy. While it can be tricky to play, as long as Luke Cage is around, it won't affect our cards. Scarlet Witch, on the other hand, is meant to flip locations in our favor, but more importantly, to remove Limbo from Toxic Surfer, Hella Tribunal, and High Evil, who are all running it at this time. If I've helped in any way so far, be sure to drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Without further ado, enjoy the matches. Okay, Nightcrawler, Jeff, Bishop. I like to hold Nightcrawler back a bit until we figure out what we're gonna do. Raven. So we got about 4 power out of that with Bast. Now we can play Bishop and he's gonna be powered up. It's as if we had played 2 cards. And let's go ahead and now Luke Cage and Nightcrawler. We're gonna put Nightcrawler on Wakanda too, just to make sure it's protected. So looks like we're running up against Silky Smooth. The good thing about running against a deck like that is that they don't actually let's reverse that. I like to play Scarlet Witch last in case, you know, Luke Cage, so many different options. Luke Cage, Steph's Domain, all of those could like mess up your next play. But one thing that I wanted to mention about
Neighborhood Spider-Man here.
Silky Smooth is that they don't typically run Luke Cage, so we're gonna be able to just reset their board, whichever one we're choosing to reset. Final turn. Okay. They did get priority from us. Let's see. They might play greedy and try to Elsa Bloodstone. Resetting with Shadow King in the middle looks best, for sure. But what we can also do is play on Titan to get rid of that Silk. So let's go ahead and move Nightcrawler. I would snap, but it's not like a guarantee, you know. Something like this, you know. I like that play. Yeah, because we'll end up with like 12. We end up with like 12, 13. Well, this will be 15 though. So actually, if Silk moves to the middle, it'd be 5, 10, 12, 13, 15. So 7, 8. So we're gonna do 11 here. Play Shang-Chi here. And Shadow King here. And the reason we're playing Shang-Chi first is because... Okay. Nice. Is because we want Silk to be able to... Good game, just Justin. The reason we play Shang-Chi first is because we wanted to... What just happened? Oh, I think... I think they said good game because they thought they won, and then Shadow King flipped for them, and they said, "Oh, what just happened? Good game." Yeah. So, reason we play Shang-Chi first is because we want to move Silk. In case we move Silk and it lands on Kraven's lane, we don't want him to get extra power after we had already Shadow King. So we wanted to Shadow King last. So that's the only thing I wanted to kind of point out. And yeah, just doing the numbers, we knew if Silk would have landed in the middle, then we would have lost that location without adding Nightcrawler in there. So I mean, we edged it out. Shadow King definitely put in the work. The difference between our deck and say these move decks that are coming up is that we're able to have the answers to their deck while still getting to play most of these like buffers like Bishop and Angela, and relatively low cost powerhouse like Havok as well, because we're just not using a lot of energy. Anyway, to Justin, good game, man. EJH, what's up, dude? Okay, Bifrost. We have Scarlet Witch we can play next turn. Havok, as we know, we have to leave for turn 5, most likely. Luke Cage turn 3. That'll help us out with a couple different decks. Okay, Necrosha. That's really good for us. We're going to be able to take advantage of that with Luke Cage. So what we're going to do is... not sure if we should play down Scarlet Witch early. But just for the 3 power. But we're going to hold back. I mean, we don't have a lot of energy expense, so... we can definitely hold back just fine. Okay, Miss Marvel. Good to know. Alright, so now... let's go ahead and start doing... these plays. We're going to have Elsa Bloodstone here. Okay, Gladiator is going to come up and... eviscerate our Jeff. Not very nice. Angela and then Scarlet Witch here to get that extra 2 on Angela. Okay. Okay. Miss Marvel on the left. Got it. That's pretty nice for us with Aunt May's. Because it can just make space for other stuff. We have 5, so we're gonna put down Havok here. And I'm thinking Luke Cage on Necrosha, yeah, because it's gonna be a little hard for them to compete against that unless they have their own Luke Cage. We'll see. So far, not a lot of information. It's looking like maybe lockdown, perhaps. That's why we snapped too, because they have so little played versus what we got going on. Cosmo and Maximus. Okay. Cool. Cool. All right. Final turn. Let's see. Tempted to go Miss Marvel left, Nightcrawler middle. That's not too bad. That'll give us exactly 11, exactly one more than they have there in the middle. The other option is like Bishop, Kitty, Nightcrawler, but that's not enough, right? No, that doesn't work.
Opponent snapped.
All right. Spicy. Or, yep, I think that's the best play. Okay, so they did have something going on for the middle location. Let's see what it is. Shadow King. Okay, we lucked out. I think they forgot about our Luke Cage was the issue. They wanted to reset Havok, but that's why we have Luke Cage to have these situations where they can't get rid of it unless they have Shang-Chi. And what's cool about Havok in this case is that they were not able to Shang-Chi it because Havok's ability triggered at the end of the game, which is really nice for us. Anyways, EJH. Good game, man. Okay, not a bad hand. So we started off with, oh, and then District X. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Why not? 1-4. Not bad about that. All right. And then we have Strong Guy. Recently buffed. Okay, so far nothing on Nullified's end. We'll see what comes up. At the very least, we could start. It's a bit risky to start like doing the Elsa Bloodstone stuff, but at the same time, we do have Kitty Pryde, and that's all we really need. So multiple man. Okay. We have a raft over there. Let's do Elsa here. They're definitely gonna try to attempt that. I don't blame them with District X. Now, should we? Might be too late to do it, but we'll try anyway. Yep. Okay. Gazzle Zemo. The first card you play here switches sides. Okay. All right. Nice.
Opponent snapped.
We do have Elektra, which is nice. I was tempted to also snap back, but I don't want to make it too obvious. Okay. Yeah, this is pretty good. We're going to Elektra, which is going to get rid of the demon. Let's Carnage this Elsa and end it with Strong Guy. That way we get the buff from Miss Marvel, and Strong Guy Gets his ability goes off too. Yeah. Boom. Sure, you take Electra. Why not? Whoa, it's a bit of a visual glitch there where you can't see the card. Oh no. Okay. That's fine.
Behold my mighty hand.
That's fine.
Victory.
All right, so we had the right idea. It, you know, didn't quite go as planned because of Magneto, but yeah, it was just a solid play line that we had thanks to District X. Here showing off this deck, but game's not letting me. Nullified 1. Good game, man. Nice avatar, Ragnari. Okay. So, Nightcrawler, Angela, Luke. Oh, okay. Red Hulk coming through. Okay. Sanctum is going to be nice for us, definitely. We have both Nightcrawler and Jeff to help us out with that. Let's see what else they're playing. Pixie, okay. Play Elsa Bloodstone here to get some stuff going. They might have a Jeff as well, so gonna go ahead and power them up. We're gonna power up Jeff first over Nightcrawler because it's not weak to Killmonger. There's not a lot of Killmongers out there, but you never know. Let's move Jeff and thinking Havok here, right? They're obviously going to have priority. That's the issue. So is there a way for us to get rid of that priority? Not really. Let's Havok here. Yeah, we're gonna Havok there. Oh, do they have? What are they gonna play on Rickety? She-Hulk, okay. And X. Nice. Nice. They waited for us to... Well, they didn't wait, but we messed up and used Jeff first. And we have priority. Yeah. That Hulk leveled up like 3 times, so 23. They're not snapping because they know what's up. If we... Do we have a chance if we... Let's see. 17. Moving Nightcrawler. Then Shang-Chi. For an extra 5, that's 24. And they're going to have 7. 24 and 7. And then they'll have the big boy, which is... What was it? He was like 23 on his own. So 23 and 7 is like 30. Yep. That's a retreat. We could have moved Nightcrawler first, and that would have given us the right location. No idea why they decided to Professor X on the right, knowing that we have Jeff. And I think they just went with their gut that we were going to move Jeff to the middle. And it did pay off. It did pay off for sure. So that's how we could have possibly still taken the game. Move Nightcrawler to the middle. We could have countered on Rickety Bridge and taken those 2 locations, the middle and the right. Ragnari, good game, man. Okay. It's always going to be a nice game when Angela shows up. We have Nightcrawler. We're not going to play him just yet. That's the helper to Angela, so we're going to play Angela first. Possibly Bishop second as well. And then start things off going into turn 4. That seems to be the play. in terms of what they got from, well, there it is. They got Angela from us. And Nexus. We have a few options. We can definitely play it out and not make it too obvious that we might flip the location with Scarlet Witch. So I'm gonna play Bishop here. Okay, I'm surprised they're playing over there. And that is ours. Okay, I was just making sure they didn't have an exact copy of it. Let's Luke Cage, Nightcrawler here. That seems good. Yes, that seems good. I'm starting to think they have an answer of their own with Nexus. Maybe magic or something. And if they do, we're gonna see it right here unfold. It's turn 5, so let's put down Havok and Bast here. Okay, they're just skipping their turn. Okay. Alright, so that smells like Infinite for sure. That smells like Infinite for sure. Okay. Alright, we're gonna Scarlet Witch. And Nightcrawler here, Shadow King here. Yeah. Our Shadow King's not gonna affect Angela because we have Luke Cage on board, but it will affect theirs. What's it gonna be, foals? Monster Metropolis, okay. Ooh. Yep.
Higher, further, faster, baby.
That will not help. Okay. Yeah. All right. Cool.
Victory.
Yeah, they were expecting. What just happened? They were expecting us to get Bishop all the way to 10, finish us off that way. She-Hulk Zabu. Yeah, I mean it was strong. Obviously, like they obviously weren't expecting Scarlet Witch, so it was a good play on their end. But that's why we have Scarlet Witch in the deck to flip some of these locations that can be game changing, and to counter magic. Good game, folks.